Alrighty, so you may be wondering, guys, what exactly you're staring at here. Well, this is a list compiled of all the data that came from the Choose Your Legends Heroes, event that they had. Basically, this was the thing that led to the Brave Heroes, and eventually it also led to the... I can't remember the banner, but the banner's name, but it did have, of course, several characters that were featured on this banner. Lute, Dorcas, and Mia, as well as Joshua was also included because he was on this list as a part of the Tempest Trials. So, when it came to this, I've been sent it several times and been asked what my opinion is on it, and typically, yes, they actually go through this list, it seems like, and pick out a few heroes. Now, not all of them, because occasionally we get a hero that I'm not so certain we really want or we really wanted that was on this list, but they do seem to go on what is available here. And I figured I would just pull this up, show you guys, and, the link to the creator and everything from the Reddit, which apparently it was stolen, posted on Facebook as well. Ah, God, guys. So I'm going to hopefully go with the person who posted it on Reddit and just go with that. So the link for that is in the description. And we're going to go through this list and just give you an idea. There is a notable theme with this list, but I figured we would just take a look and see what's here. So, of course, Micaiah is at the top of the list. So the chances are she's probably going to show up fairly, I wouldn't say soon, but if we ever do get a Radiant Dawn banner anytime in the future, it is a very big chance that she will be included in that one. Mostly because she's such a big character and we still haven't gotten a Radiant Dawn banner. In fact, we haven't even gotten a Thracia one either, which was something everyone was expecting, and then they kind of threw us a curveball with that odd one that I'm not quite sure what that was about, but, hey, there you guys go. Oh, man. But big chances Micaiah's going to be in there. And then from there, we just kind of see a lot of other characters, like, of course, Morgan's on there as an option. We also have Marisa, from Sacred Stones. Silky. Now, this is something you're going to start to notice as this list goes on, is that we also had Kana, which, just so we're clear, guys, a lot of these characters are from Fates, and we just technically got a Fates banner. I don't know if we're going to be getting any more of them, but when it comes to these characters, these are the options available. These are the ones that have been sent to us. These are the ones that everyone, has voted on. And you can see the big gap that, of course, Micaiah was the huge one there. Focused there, 13,000 votes for Micaiah. So, but from there we got Morgan, who's the next biggest character, and it seemed, I'm not sure which one that is. It's listed. It could be male or female because technically they are separated, but it seems that we're adding both of them together from what I can tell. I could be wrong. But Morgan is the next option, Marisa from Sacred Stones, and then of course Silky and Kana from Fates, which kind of makes sense. And you're going to notice that there's a lot more going on here. Kaze, of course, is from Fates. He got a good solid 4,000. And then even further, we got Kaden, who, yeah, I can kind of tell that people may want, maybe a certain type of character that we want, because right after that is, of course, Keaton, who also shares that same kind of archetype. I wonder what that could be. And then, of course, Maribel from Awakening, who I actually would like to see in the game eventually. Just because, well, why not? And then there's the character that everyone I know wanted. A lot of you, when the Fates banner was shown, and a lot of the characters that were, shown in that one were put in there. It was like, oh man, Children of Fates, I hope Ophelia's there. And, well, she was pretty high in the rankings from what we can tell. So does that mean she might show up? Who knows? It's really hard to tell. Unfortunately, it seems the Fates banner has come and gone. I don't expect them to be doing one right away. We do have the Christmas banner, so chances are we may not get a lot of these characters, because obviously, there's a lot of Fates characters that are a part of this list, and obviously they don't want to go through all of them, but you can kind of get the idea, right? As you can see, though, from there we move on to Finn, who is in Genealogy, and Thracia, 776, which means that he could technically pop up in both of them. It's really hard to say. We also have Har, who is in Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. Ileana, same situation. I'm not so certain about Ileana. It's not that I don't care for the character, it's just something that I find really strange. A lot of people keep going, hey look, it's Ileana, I really want her in the game, and I don't know, do you like Ileana? I just figured I would ask, why not, see what you guys think. See how you feel about that kind of situation. I don't know. What do you guys say? I really am interested in that one, actually. A lot of you have been asking for certain characters, and Ileana seems like... just, I don't know. But, from there, we have Valoria. Again, another situation that I feel is pretty obvious about what people want from this game. So, you know, when it comes to certain character typings, I'm sure you can already guess. And then, of course, we have Soth, who is from Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. And then Lot from the Binding Blade. And then even further, Keldori and Rinka from Fates. And then finally, Ranulf from Radiant Dawn and Penne from Awakening. I'm sure you guys can all guess what some of the bigger units are in this list. And something that we still haven't had in this game that, of course, is pretty hefty. And that is, of course, well... a lot of them are Beaststone, or at least characters that can transform that, you know, aren't dragons. I mean, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, technically, 5, 6. Yeah, there are quite a lot of units in here that can technically transform. God, this is not scrolling correctly for some reason. It's freaking out. So yeah, there are quite a lot of units in here that people really, really want that are Beaststone related, and for some reason... we're still not getting. I don't understand that. I'm sure that when Beaststones actually come out, they will be a part of a pretty big update. A lot of people oftentimes ask, what's going on with Beaststones? And, well, if it didn't happen in 2.0, chances are it won't happen for a little bit. And I know a lot of people are kind of depressed about that, kind of upset when it comes down to it. But there are a lot of options, and a lot of people oftentimes ask, what would we expect? Well, here's what you can expect. Typically... We don't get many units from the same banner in a row, of course. You know, eventually we will probably get another Awakening banner, and I expect a few characters from that, but obviously I'm seeing a lot of Radiant Dawn characters who can be in there. Micaiah, the obvious one. We also see Finn from Genealogy and Thracia, but, you know, eventually we're going to have to get these beast units, guys. Like, seriously. These are the top units that have been listed in the Choose Your Legends, and typically we get them based off that familiarity. For some reason this isn't scrolling correctly. I don't understand why. But my presentation is not the best right now. I'm kind of feeling a bit out of it. But still, as you can see, a very odd mixture of characters. But there's a big majority that come from certain games, obviously. I mean, just look at that. Tons of Fates characters. Tons and tons of Fates characters. Good lord. Several of them, which are, of course, children, which unfortunately seems they will be skipping. Kaze still isn't in the game. Rinka, you know, Ranulf, Keaton, Caden, Silky, Valoria. These are all just absolute weird ones, but, you know, these are characters that people really loved. And chances are, if we ever come back to Fates and we do have Beaststones, these will be pretty big units. And of course, Maribel. I really want Maribel in the game. Is that selfish? I think that might be selfish. Marisa, then of course Micaiah. It's really odd, but still, if we ever get a Radiant Dawn banner, Micaiah's gonna show up. Same with probably... I mean, I don't think Har or Ileana might show up, but Soth might show up. Or because, just, well, whole relationship thing. Anyways, just figured I would show you this. It was a pretty interesting look into what's been going on. Just to give you an example, Soleil was actually pretty high up on this list before. Siegbert and Shiro, I'm guessing they picked because of themes, because naturally Ryoma and our good friend Xander are already technically in the game in several forms, of course. But yeah, this is just to give you an example of everything that they've gone. And they've gone off of Choose Your Legends before, so yeah. There's a huge option here, a big list of characters that you might get, and I hope you guys understand that this is all fan-based, all fan-ran in a way. This is where all your votes before the game came out, so it kind of makes sense. And eventually we will get those Beaststone units. I know for a fact we will. And thank you to the maker over on Reddit, and all that fun stuff, but There you go. That's the list, guys. Holy crap! It's a lot to take in, but those are all the votes. That's all the crazy stuff. Anyways, good night, guys. It's been a fun evening. I'll see you all very soon.